and welcome back to another vlog. So I'm actually just in Clapham. I just went to get my lashes infilled. I stopped getting my lashes infilled and done because I was so depressed and I was just like clawing at my eyes constantly from the amount of crying I was doing. So I stopped getting lashes done for a while, but they're actually something that made me feel like really confident and stopped me wearing so much makeup. Yeah, I just went to get them infilled. I actually had Sarah doing my lashes. I go to Lash and Brow Lab on Lavender Hill and it's so lovely. And me and Sarah were literally just sat talking about the Akatar series, and I've literally got my final book in here that I am taking about 7,000 years to read because I don't want it to end. But yeah, I'm on Silver Flame and I'm loving it so far. It's really interesting having a new perspective on there. Yeah, I'm about to go have a little reading date with Sophie. I'm just meeting her. We're meeting halfway at a halfway point in Clapham Common. I'm just on my way now, and I think we're going to revert back to Lavender Hill and go to PK, which is this really cute little pink cafe. My voice keeps going really funny today. Grab a coffee or something, have a little read, and I need to go back and get on with some editing because I've got a lot of work to do this week. Literally so much stuff going on, so I need to sort my life out. Sorry for a rubbish start to the weekly vlog, guys, but anyway, in the evening me and Carrie went to see Heather's. I wanted to take her for an early birthday present because it's my favourite show and it was just all the good vibes. So yesterday you'll have seen me go for a walk with Sophie and then I never filmed anything of it. So we've skipped to Tuesday and I'm actually with Alice in Off-Grid Studios. Good morning. We're here bright and early, and we're at Off-Grid Studios, which is in Bromley by Bow.
Never actually been to Bromley by Bow.
No, we've never. I don't think I've been this far east.
On the district
line.
I don't think I have either.
Which is kind of crazy. But this space is absolutely beautiful. It's called, I feel like, what was it called? Like Make It. The Make It building, and there's like loads of different studio spaces and things in here.
Yeah, it looks like a really nice creative space. Like, you know, when you just go in and like everyone's cracking on with creative stuff.
Yes, there's like a kitchen and stuff inside, like a communal area. I can already
tell. It's a massive white backdrop, so if you're looking for like a studio as well that's got a huge, just like flat base.
So good,
space.
yeah.
It's a great space.
Yeah, yeah, it
I'm thinking photography, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, getting all excited. But yeah, this is what the space looks like, which we're very much vibing with because we have lots going on. So there's this like sort of backdrop. I think you can change this. I think they said they have a couple of different coloured backdrops, thinking about it. Yeah. Don't know if they're like behind here or if they're somewhere else. Oh yeah, they're here. There's a red here and a green if you wanted to. And then they also comes with lights. We got a 5-hour booking, which is amazing. And then
that's a good booking time as well.
Yeah, feels like not too much. Oh, I didn't realise. Oh, all them spaces up. There's lots going on. And then this neutral space, which is really lovely, especially if you're looking for like brand shoots as well. Like not just like, do you know what I mean? Like small businesses want spaces like this. I mean, you shot quite a few, haven't you?
Yeah, I think this is probably one of the biggest studios I've been to. That's this type of content space, and I feel like 5 hours is a really good amount to come in and shoot, because sometimes there's nothing worse than like getting into the flow and then you get kicked out.
Yeah,
so
I feel like I need 5 at least.
You need 5 hours and you just need that like minute just to get all your ideas together, and I feel like it's going to be so productive.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah, this is obviously my favourite corner, as you probably all have guessed, because it's just a bit crazy with the gingham, the colourful cabinet, lots of props over here as well if you're looking for props, any creators out there or brands looking to shoot stuff for their businesses.
I love we're both taking our shoes off. Like,
yeah, I was like, I need my shoes off immediately. Mine was, I'm not gonna lie, because of my sweat. I was like, I just don't want sweaty shins.
Really hot right
Look, there's already a little line. Love that. And I'm not gonna lie, we've cracked open Cokes.
Had a Coke at like 9:45 in the morning.
Which sounds so funny, but we have been up really early, so it feels like it's our lunchtime.
Of like what we are, like, oh, just open a Coke, a Diet Coke. Diet Coke break, everyone.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh, they've left water. That's lovely.
Oh, that's so good.
That's really nice. Water, but it seems to have like, they've thought of everything. I'm trying to think of what they haven't thought of.
Yeah, there's lots of little extras. And there's
elastic bands. Well. I saw some stuff over here. Looked like there was like some extra chargers and stuff. If we needed them for anything. So very, very useful. And then over here we've got some like extra lighting, tripods, there's a little phone tripod here. So yeah, we're just unpacking all of our bits. I said to Alice, I feel like it'll be really therapeutic to pack everything away as we shoot it, from the rail back into suitcases, so that's what we're doing.
things we do.
Just helping Alice get the shot.
Sorry. I'm like on the balcony like, what the hell is going on in the studio? I feel like I've got my one from IKEA.
So me and Alice had such a productive day. Just on my way home. I'm actually like feeling really tired and stuff, and it's literally 3 p.m. I was saying to Alice, I feel like being in a studio and those like types of lighting make me feel really like drowsy and also feel really ill and migrainey afterwards, and the headache is kicking in. I did say this, I was like, oh, my headache hasn't happened yet, and it just has now, so that's fun. Plan is to get home, maybe have a little snack or something because I'm feeling a bit hungry, and then crack on with either editing some of the stuff that I've just filmed. I just feel like it was so nice to be creative again and sort of like get my flair back. I think a lot of the, I know this probably doesn't really matter to most people, but for my job obviously I rely on the algorithms being great on Instagram and TikTok, and I feel like on Instagram recently I've been very much struggling with what to do. Like I feel like what I'm posting is stuff that I love, but it's not really reaching my own audience, let alone new people. So yeah, it's just, I think it's the most frustrating part when it's like your community that it's not reaching, like the people who already follow you, and maybe it's just because people don't resonate or don't like what I'm posting. So I'm in a bit of a rut at the minute, so fingers crossed you'll like the stuff. If you're watching this and you also watch my Instagram, you'll like the stuff that I've just filmed. I'm just about to get off the footage from my camera, from you, to look at what me and Alice created today. However, I just remembered that my SD card was like broken when I removed it out of my camera to put it in Alice's, because she is a professional photographer, so she has like all of this fancy equipment. So when she was taking my photos, so she didn't have to like transfer me another point, we just put my SD card in from my camera here, and when I got it out it was just like broken. It was like all messed up on the other side, so I'm quite concerned that a lot of my footage will not be saved and okay, so we're gonna just cross our fingers, hope for the best. At the weekend I didn't film because I wasn't weekly vlogging last week, and when me and Aiden went to Herne Hill Markets, we cycled there. It was so lovely. It was a gorgeous sunny day. And I don't know why we hadn't been to Herne Hill Markets before, because it's actually pretty close to where we are. Well, it doesn't take long to cycle to, basically. That's probably putting it better. And it was actually Mighty Hoopla at the weekend, so we were like right next to Brockwell Park, and we could kind of like hear some of the music, which was really nice. And we went to the markets. We went to a Vietnamese street food van that were doing banh mi for £10, which is crazy because me and Aiden paid like £1.50, £2 when we had them in Vietnam authentically, but you know, London prices and everything. But the baguette was really big and it was incredible. I'd highly recommend getting everything in there because it's all of the traditional ingredients that they put in banh mi, and that the flavors, it's just like a big old flavor bomb. I highly recommend. I think it was called Viet Van, and then there was loads of cute shots. We ended up getting like a baguette and making some garlic bread when we got home. What else did we get? Oh, we tried this like pistachio croll from one of the companies there. I feel like it was called like Amarina Bakery, something like that. We shared that when we got back when we were reading. It was just like a gorgeous weekend. I kind of wish I vlogged it, but it was also nice to do it offline too. And then Aiden treated us to some books from Herne Hill Bookshop. These are what we got, and it's just so funny. It like sums our personalities up in one. So Aiden's got How Democracies Die, What History Reveals About Our Future, and then I've got the How the Pill Changes Everything. Like two really dramatic books for two completely separate big topics, and just made me laugh, like seeing them on the side. I was like, this is us summed up in two book forms. And I'm really excited to read this. I've seen a lot of people who have had what I think I have, endometriosis, or like other female health issues, read this book and say that it was like life-changing. But yeah, it says that obviously the pill changes our brain chemistry, it alters our stress responses, increases risk of depression, and influences who you're attracted to. Hormonal birth control is taken by millions of women every day. Often they go on the pill for a handful of specific reasons, like pregnancy prevention, clearer skin, without knowing its impacts to the activity of billions of cells throughout the body. The sex hormone in birth control play a role in attraction, sexual motivation, stress, hunger, eating patterns, emotional regulation, friendships, aggression, mood, learning, and more. This means that being on the pill makes a woman a whole different version of themselves than when they're off it. And I just feel like this book is going to be so validating for me, for when I felt like I've been going crazy. Not just this time I've been on the pill for the last like 9 months before I came off recently, but like when I was younger and in my teenage years, and I thought I was just like an absolute mentally deranged girl. And then learning about this, I just feel like I'm gonna be feeling sorry for my younger self, not knowing this information, and how we're sort of just fed to go on the pill as women for contraceptive reasons, which is fair enough, like if you want to go on it and it works for you, but we're just fed to go on it without really knowing the implications and like the whole way it destroys our brain chemistry, probably because they haven't done enough research on it because they don't give a shit or like doctors and stuff are just not clued up about it to inform their whoever's receiving it, like what this can actually do and the damage it can do. I guess you could read through all of the side effects that you get given, but I feel like no one else does that, and it should be like more common of how badly it affects me. Like I literally had suicidal thoughts. I was on that pill for like not long at all, and I was feeling so depressed I was thinking of suicide. Like that's really deep, man, and that is why I'm anti-pill. It's actually quite funny when my cousin came round last week. Was it last week? Yeah, my cousin came around last week, and again I wasn't vlogging, which is kind of annoying because I took her on like a really fun day trip around London, and we got stopped in Carnaby Street, and it was the first time I'd ever got stopped there talking to like one of the people with the mics. And afterwards I googled what the company was because they were like, oh, do you want to talk about sexual health? And I really thought we were going to be talking about like masturbation, female pleasure, maybe a little bit about just sex in general and safe sex, things like that, but it was more focused on like pill and contraception questions. And I googled the brand afterwards on TikTok, and it was a new contraceptive pill, and I thought, oh, here we go again. And it's so funny because they haven't included any of my clips of things that I've said because I was very anti it, and afterwards I realized, I was like, well, that was a waste of time because I've just googled the company and they're definitely not keeping my responses in because I was so negative. But it actually makes me think like how manipulative people are when they edit those kind of videos in like Carnaby Street or on the streets, because they really do just pick the people that are gonna sell their brand and company, which is fair enough. Like obviously you're not going to include someone slating contraception to try and sell your contraception, like it makes sense, but it just makes me a little bit wary, you know. What have we got going on? I really need to like tidy up some spaces. I actually really want to show you this. I feel like it's really cool, and all of you skincare girlies, guys, theys, all of you be interested in knowing about this. So I love Bioma. I've used a lot of their products for a while. Skin Barrier Awareness Month, so in celebration of that they have sent me this box of goodies. So they have like an AI skin technology thing that I did online. I think you can find out more here on this QR code if you did want to scan it. Is that showable? But yeah, I did like an AI skin sort of like analysis, and it came back with all products that I need depending on like my redness level, like my texture, dullness, like all this stuff that it analysed on my face. It told me the products on Bioma, what I would need to help improve those areas of my skin. It's got like my own personalised skincare routine, which I think is so cool, and I also love all of this packaging. It's so beautiful. So I've got the Bioma Milky Oil Cleanser and their Hydrating Milky Toner. So they'll be really great to use together. I've also got their Moisturising Rich Cream and their Barrier Repair Treatment. And then I've got their Depuff Brighten Eye Gel. I think I've gone through 2 of these so far. Really like them. There's only a couple of eye creams that I've ever tried that really do work at depuffing my eyes and improving my dark circles. So this is one of them. I'd recommend that. And then I'll try and leave a link to maybe this down below so you don't have to like faff trying to get the QR code. And then I've got the Hydrating Recovery Gel and the Hydrating Serum, which are in little pipette style things. But yeah, the colourful stuff and the branding is really fun. I love that a lot. Waiting for Aiden to come home now. He'll be finishing work soon, and then we're gonna have I think we're gonna have a takeaway tonight, I can't lie. I got paid, I want to treat us, I want to have a nice time. Not really sure what Aiden's fancying, but I'll ask him when he gets back. We can order something yummy. Midweek treat. Love the no context from me here, but I do go on and chat about it in a second. But this was an aerial hoop class, my first ever one with Batiste, and I've been wanting to try this for ages. And then straight after, me and Carrie went to Olenstein to do some work. Hello peeps. In the process of trying to figure out my SD card situation, so you're on my phone for now, so I hope you don't mind. I just made myself a little baguette. Oh my god, that aerial hoop thing that I did this morning, look at my hair. The aerial hoop thing I did this morning with Batiste was crazy. I cannot believe how hard it was. so hard. I was having like shooting pains all in my arms for a few hours afterwards. Me and Carrie went and sat in Oldenstein and did some work, which was lovely. But yeah, now I've come home for the afternoon so that I can record some podcast episodes with a couple of guests. So I've got Michaela on first. She's a nutritionist, which is so cool. I've never had a nutritionist on my podcast before, so I feel like I'm going to learn a lot, and hopefully you guys will too. We were originally going to record in person, but we had to postpone, and now we're doing it online. So that is the case. I use Zencast for my podcast, and I absolutely love it. So if you're looking to start a podcast or somewhere that you can like record an online thing, it's great because you don't actually need to like have headphones and stuff on, because it just like records your sound as you speak. Like, it doesn't record the other person speaking out loud. Don't know if I'm making sense, but it's just very, very useful. So yeah, I'm going to finish eating my baguette and then we'll be on the road of the poddy.
I can feel the gravity, the forces pull between you and me.
Are we ready for a very honest chat? I feel like I need it because I've just been getting in my own head this morning. So, God, I really hope someone is going to be able to relate to this when they're watching, and I'm just not going to seem like absolutely crazy in the head. Let's go. So, I am truly, deeply so happy that this is happening to people. Like, I don't want anyone to get that twisted. I don't want this to be against anyone, because it's fucking not at all. Like, I'm so happy for people this is happening to. But basically, my whole Instagram feed over the last month has just been everyone getting engaged, and it's really stressing me out. And I'm trying to find what that is inside of me. And when I see these posts, I'm like grinning from ear to ear. I'm getting a bit emotional and so happy for other people. So it's not like, oh, what the hell, I want that to be me at all. I think it might be, I've just been reflecting this morning, I've genuinely been like going over it in my head, like what is wrong with me? Because it's making me like stop doing things in my life and just sitting there and having a bit of a quarter life crisis. And I think it might be just to do with time and like how quickly time's passing. Now suddenly I'm at an age where everyone's like getting married and engaged and having children and moving out and buying big things like houses. I think it might just be like a reality check that like I'm old. I'm not even old though, I'm 25, but it's like making me feel old, I think is what I'm trying to say. And it's genuinely sending me into a bit of a spiral, and I'm like, what do I want? Do I want any of these things? Is that why I'm so stressed out about seeing them? Do you know what I mean? Like, is it because I'm jealous? But then I'm like, I don't think so, because I've always said like, I'm not massively fussed about marriage because I don't agree with a lot of the sentiments behind it. But I also do, like, as an adult, I've decided that, but like when I was younger, I was really excited to get married and like have that thing in my life, have a husband or a wife or whatever. It's something that I'd always wanted. So, but then as I'm older, I don't agree with a lot of the things that are involved in a wedding. So I'm like, did I want a wedding? Do I not? Anyway, I've just been going through my head and I'm like, am I lying to myself? What's going on? But I think the main denominator is that it's freaking me out that I'm a lot older than maybe my mind thinks I am, you know. Like when I deep it, I'm like, I'm around 20, 21, but I'm 25 now, almost 26. So maybe it's just that, whoa, you're growing up, girly. You're not a kid anymore. I feel like that is where a lot of this worry and stress in my mind is lying. Genuinely, I've just been like crying all about it this morning. And I think the crying also comes from the frustration of not knowing exactly why it's affecting me so much. But I would love to have a chat about this in the comments, or if you obviously don't want to air out your personal stuff online, I fully get that because I'm a bit crazy and oversharey, then please just DM me on Instagram, Charlotte Emily Price, because I would love to discuss this and see if we can get to the bottom of why we're feeling like this, if you're also feeling the same. It's definitely something that I want to happen in my life. I think that's what I've realised, like, maybe I've gone too much with, I don't want to get married in the past, and I'm like, no, I do want to get married because I love Aiden so much, and it would be so lovely to celebrate our love with all the people in our lives that we love. Do you know what I mean? I fucking love weddings because it's just like love, happy, positive vibes, and yeah, they make me, I really enjoy those occasions, so I definitely want to have my own. Yeah, maybe I just hadn't deeped it enough or like communicated my feelings enough around it, and I'm just, yeah, just had a bit of a crazy little moment. So I'm just trying to pick myself up. Just doing my makeup. Sophie's coming round, my friend Sophie. Actually, I haven't included her in the vlogs that much because whenever I see her, we have so much to catch up on and I completely forget to film. Like, I saw her earlier this week and we went to that cafe that I was saying, and I just never filmed in there. So yeah, she's coming over. I've actually got a really random surprise visit coming from Mighty Hero, you know, the company that do the spot patches. They're coming over to my house with an ice cream van. We're gonna go down and grab some ice cream. We're gonna go down and see that when she gets here, if and when it arrives. I think they're gonna be contacting me when they're close by, so I'm very excited about that. I'm gonna just do a little bit of makeup, I think, because I just want to feel a little bit nicer. And then I'm actually going to an event this evening with Fertility, and I think have I mentioned this on the vlog before, but I really want to know a lot more about my fertility and my hormones. I guess that kind of links onto maybe my stress and worries of seeing everyone sort of hit these big like life milestones. But I think because I don't really know what I want, and it looks like everyone else has got their shit together and knows exactly what they want in their life, maybe it's something to do with that. But regardless, yeah, I want to get my fertility tested because of my period issues. I think it's probably affecting / has affected my fertility, and it would just be nice to know on my behalf if there's anything I can do to potentially have kids in the future, e.g. freezing my eggs and things like that. So yeah, I'm going to an evening tonight called Body Banquet with Fertility, and it will just be so nice to meet the team and learn a lot more about the people there. Apparently there's going to be like a big group of like loads of women of all different shapes and sizes, all discussing body image, how it's affected us in the past. Just like a nice, inspiring, empowering evening. I'm actually going with Carrie, and it's in the middle of Queen's Park, which I've never been to before, in a restaurant called Lulu's. So that's the plan for the rest of the day. I'm just going to try and get myself a little bit sorted and then chill out with Soph for a bit. I'm excited for the ice cream, to be honest. I feel like I need this a little pick-me-up in the day.
I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York.
Who I'm with?
Hey,
Carrie. I did say earlier that we were going to Fertility, so I've kind of like debriefed on the evening, but we're kind of a bit scared because it says there's gonna be like discussions.
I'm not.
It should be fine. It should be fine. We can talk. Like, I think we just overwork ourselves out. No, but as in like we can have conversations about anything. Like, surely.
I'm down for like public speaking. I feel like I really have no qualities of that essence. Do you know what I mean? Like that is my up there in my work. Although then some people I'm like, oh, they're even shyer than me. So then I'm like, people go to me like, you can talk, and I'm like, you just think like it's my job, but I can't. Do you know what I mean? Not really. You're just assuming I can and I can't.
Nice. Yeah, it was weird because we both did drama at school, but we both don't really like. Yeah, because we're pretending to be someone else rather than
acting out a role. I'm not giving you a speech about the way I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Like if I had to do like an English presentation on something, I'd be like.
We had to. Did you get like a thing? We had this like special thing. Maybe it was in like year, I don't know, like 8 or 9 or something. Where like one of our assessments was like a speaking, everyone had to do like a presentation. That was like one of the.
Yeah. And I was like, surely I can nail this. Surely.
Yeah. I think I did well, but like I was
same.
internally I'm dead inside. But
so clearly we are good at it, but we just
I don't
nervous
think I'm good
crazies.
I don't think I got like the best score in the world.
No.
But as in like nothing went wrong. Inside I'd be like it's actually really like horrible how you have to do everything
afterwards. Was such a relief.
Like I get that it's good because it's like
giving you like life lessons. Is it this
like,
thing? Yeah, true.
I'm panicking.
True, but then imagine if they never did it, then we'd be even worse now than we already are.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
That's almost impossible.
Yeah.
Oh, my afro looks so good.
We're here. Cheers. This is like the welcome drinks, isn't it? And then there's going to be a talk. Secured. Yeah.
While working at the lab bench with human eggs and embryos, wondered, how is it that I am ill-equipped to answer any question about my own body? It's a pretty strange place when we can literally plug a car into an analytics system and find out what's wrong with it. And yet, we cannot figure out what is wrong with the majority of women. Instead, we just brand women as being complaining, miserable, conditions being elusive. We say that we just don't have enough data. And as somebody who worked with huge data sets on genomics, that led us to discoveries about the rarest of genetic conditions. I found this really, really messed up, that we could call the most prevalent of women's health conditions too hard to understand. And that even in all of the animal studies that we would do, that we would not include female animals because they're just a bit difficult. They got an estrous cycle or a menstrual cycle, and their hormones fluctuate. Recently somebody told me, when I said about all the different life stages that we need to be tackling from the women's health strategy, they said, Helen, we can't boil the ocean. And I said, that there's enough of us and we all have kettles.
I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York.
So it's Saturday. I've just done my makeup bright and early this morning. I wish I could have had a line because I was really tired, but it's all for good reason. So you know the books that I've been reading that I won't stop going on about? The ACOTAR series, where I'm only about a third of the way through so far of this final book. I'm actually going with Bloomsbury Publishing to an event this morning, and it's all themed on the first book. And obviously, if you don't want spoilers, I'm not going to really give spoilers, but in the first book, a lot of the storyline is set at the spring court, so it's all spring themed, and they're hosting an event at the Nest, which is in the Treehouse Hotel at the top of Regent Street. And I've actually stayed at the hotel before, it's gorgeous, and I've been to the Nest before, and I feel like it's the perfect location for something like this because it's all decorated in like plants and flowers. So I'm excited to see how they've set everything up, and apparently there's going to be like talks from one of the Bloomsbury ambassadors and iced biscuits in the shapes of some of the characters and stuff, so I'm really excited to see what they've done. And yeah, it's my current obsession, so there's nothing that could be more on brand right now than going to this place. So let's go enjoy ourselves. I'm going to meet Carrie there. I've got this little black denim jacket on, and I think it might be from old Nasty Gal, I want to say. My dress is cotton on, can't really see it, but it flows all the way down. And then I've got these boots on, and I've just had to also pack a bag because we're going to go see one of Aiden's friends for the weekend because it's his birthday, and they're doing like a little Korean barbecue style thing at his in Wolverhampton. So that's the plan for today. Right, so we've arrived at the Treehouse Hotel, and it's, look what I mean by it's decorated like so gorgeous with so many plants, so cute. And we just came in and did like a what court are you, so you got to like pick your envelope, and then there's loads of different bracelets. I got winter and Carrie got summer, and we're like, yeah, we were like, we want night, but I can take winter. Yours is better, I think. Who's winter again? Helion's Dawn or something. So yeah, oh my god, we've got this, the quiz is here. So we're gonna do a little quiz to find out which our mate is. Little Court of Thorn and Roses biscuits, which is so cool. Wow. This is the cutest thing that has ever happened to me. Oh, what is this? They said they're like making fairy wine, which is so funny. Oh, there's the fairy wine. Let's go get some of that. And then loads of cute little foodie bits. This is adorable. We're just trying to find a quote to add to the little quote board here. Cute. Oh guys, this week has just been really special. It's actually something that I've needed. I mean, I had that rant earlier this week and I'm still feeling a little bit all over the place, but really grateful for the sort of like work stuff that I've done this week. I feel like I've been working a lot with brands that really align with me and I'm super passionate about already. Like, don't get me wrong, I love discovering new things and trying out new bits and pieces. Nothing beats when it's just like a perfect alignment, especially with fertility and like the ACOTAR event yesterday. We got given the original Court of Thorn and Roses, and then I also picked up a fresh Mist and Fury because I have no idea where these books have gone, because I've obviously been giving them to everyone, being like, read them. So I've got 2 fresh copies, so I've got the full book set here, because I do want to make some book talk content on TikTok once I finish this 5th one, as I'm just so passionate about them. Like, I feel like I'm so passionate because they've just got me back into reading. Like, I would just only read on holidays and stuff beforehand. Really, like, I used to love reading as a kid. I wanted to be an author. That was my first memory of like, what do I want to do when I grow up, you know, when your parents ask you, I'm like, I want to be an author. I love reading. I would always be like reading the like adult books and stuff when I was younger because I was just like wanting to challenge myself and stuff. So it just feels nice like reignite that love again. And Sarah J Maas has done that. So if you're looking to find your spark, whether you like fantasy or not, it's incredible. I remember the first few chapters I was like, not sure about this, and then the more you persevere is incredible, and then this second book is probably one of the best books I've ever read in my whole life. So yeah, that says anything. And then just we had some more like cutesy things on how to make like a spring court mocktail. That was actually really lovely. Bless me. But yeah, it was just so nice to be in that room full of like so many wonderful girlies who also love the book and the series. And then after that we went to Wolverhampton for Aiden's friend Eric's birthday. Just like a couple of the guys and the girlfriends. They made loads of like traditional Korean food. So we had kimchi jjigae, which is actually one of my favourite dishes that I tried in Korea last year. Like a full-on Korean barbecue. They'd bought like all of the meats and stuff, and we're doing like a barbecue outside with like the lettuce wraps. Fucking amazing. So I'll obviously put some images of the weekend on screen. I didn't take too much because obviously it wasn't my place to be filming or anything, but yeah, we just had a really lovely week overall. I think I'm just having a bit of a few mental quarter-life crisis moments, which I feel like is very normal, and I'm sure a lot of you will relate. So thank you very much for watching the rest of this weekly vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you stick around and join me next weekend too. Me and Aiden are currently in the process of trying to plan our trip at the end of the month, end of June, to go somewhere for our anniversary, and we're thinking it might be Slovenia, Lake Bled. So if you've ever been there, please let me know any of the tips, things that you did, food that you tried. I've seen so many amazing videos already, and I really want to visit Lake Bled. I've realised I've got a thing for lakes. I feel like this is such an old conversation and really random to end the vlog on, but I've got this obsession with lakes, and I can't stop following the TUI Lakes page and looking at all the different lake holidays that they do. Just think it's so much more relaxing than the sea. Like, obviously I do love the beach and the sea a lot, but lakes just fill me with so much more calmness and serenity. So that is what I want to do for our anniversary. So fingers crossed that all goes ahead. Might end up changing our plans last minute because this is last minute anyway for us, really. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, week, weekend, night, whenever you're watching this, and I will see you next week for a brand new video.